Hello everyone, welcome to Group 27 Forum about Sustainable Medical X-ray Imaging Technology. I'm Chen Haichuan, the moderator. Let me introduce our team. Wang Yibing explains accurate technical principles. Yinson analyzes radiation health risks. Li Jiayu studies pollution from old X-ray equipment. Duan Yi offers green engineering solutions. Each member brings a unique professional perspectives. X-ray is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's an essential medical tool for fast, non-invasive digital analysis and save countless lives every year. On the other hand, ignoring radiation may damage human DNA, and the waste from old devices creates heavy mental and chemical pollution. Our core question: how do we keep X-ray medical value while lowering harm to people and their environment? We will cover radiation physics, risk analysis, and eco-friendly improvements. Slide 3 shows our four-part outline. First, theoretical basics of X-ray physics. Second, critical analysis of health hazards and industrial waste pollution. Third, practical engineering solution including low-dose digital radiography. Finally, our conclusion on engineering affects responsibility to balance medical needs, human safety, and environmental sustainability.
Theoretical framework: the science behind X-rays. X-ray, high-energy electromagnetic wave, extremely short wavelengths. This is the primary reason for their great penetrating power, allowing them to travel material that visible light cannot, forming the base of all X-ray imaging. High frequency and energy, X-ray passing easily through soft tissue like skin and muscle, but are observed by denser materials such as bone and metal, creating the contrast needed for diagnosed image. Ionizing radiation, they carry enough energy to remove tiny bound electrons from atoms. This property is useful for imaging but also requires strict safety protocol to prevent biological damage. How X-ray imaging work? Creating the image. First, differential absorption, the core. X-ray pass easily through soft tissue, skin, muscle, which observe little radiation. Positive social impact, a pillar of modern healthcare. First, X-ray help doctors find the fracture, injuries, and infect quickly, especially in emergencies. Second, they help detect disease easily, such as pneumonia, non-carrier, and dental problems. Third, area guide doctor use treatment so they can make better decision. Finally, X-ray can reduce the need of invasive surgery, which lower risk, recovery time, and the material costs. So X-ray imaging is very important for patient safety and effective health care.
Critical analysis: the dual impacts of X-rays. Health impact: the risks of ionizing radiation. As a form of ionizing radiation, X-rays carry potential to damage biological tissue, where diagnostic does allow. Unnecessarily of cumulative exposure can lead to adverse health effects over time. The key is not to stop using X-rays, but to use them only when medically justified and at the lowest possible dose. Environmental impact: the cost of waste. Traditional film-based X-ray system critical substantial ecological footprint introduce hazardous materials and depleting natural resources throughout production, use, and disposal. Hazardous chemical waste, processive heavy metal pollution, extensive result consumption.
Hello, let me introduce the part 3, Engineering Solution for Sustainable Future. There are 6 core strategies for sustainability. Strategy 1 is digital radiography. Replace film with digital sensors to eliminate chemical processing and physical waste, streamlining workflows while reducing environmental impacts. Strategy 2 is low-dose imaging. Utilize advanced detector and intelligent imaging processing algorithms to achieve diagnostic quality results with significantly lower radiation dose for patients and staff. Strategy 3 is as low as reasonably achievable principle. Adhere strictly to the as low as reasonably achievable principle for all exposures, ensuring every radiation dose is minimized and justified for clinical need. Strategy 4 is proper waste management. Implement a robust system for the safe disposal or recycling of the chemical waste. Seal for fixed solutions and leading shielding materials to prevent environmental contamination. Strategy 5 is sustainable equipment design. Engineer medical devices for longer lifespans, energy efficiency in operation, and modular construction to facilitate easier repair, upgrade, and end-of-life recycling. Strategy 6 is justify imaging choice. Promote evidence-based clinical guidance to ensure X-ray are only used when necessary, considering radiation-free alternatives like ultrasounds or MRI well appropriate. Next is digital radiography, the cornerstone of sustainability. First is zero chemical and physical waste. Eliminates toxic developer and fixed chemical entirely. No physical film stock means zero disposal waste and no need for storage space, reducing the ecological footprint of medical imaging. Second is 80% lower radiation dose. Data systems are far more efficient than film, delivering the same diagnostic image quality with drastically reduced radiation exposure, safeguarding both patients and the medical staff. Next is instant review and global sharing. Images are available immediately after capture for instant analysis. Electronic sharing streamlines referrals and consolidations, accelerating patient care and reducing delays. Last is efficient and space-free archiving. Digital files requires no physical storage, cutting costs and freeing up space. They are easily backed up, indexed, and retrieved, ensuring long-term data integrity and accessibility.
To wrap up, medical X-ray imaging is all about balancing benefits and risks. On left, we see its high value as a life-saving tool for modern medicine. But on the right, we cannot ignore the costs of radiation and chemical waste. So, our final conclusion is simple. X-rays are safe and necessary, but only if we control the dose and manage the waste responsibly. This is where our responsibility as engineers come in. To build a sustainable future, we focus on 4 key areas. First, we must upgrade technology to low radiation. Second, we need to set strict rules with medical teams. Third, we should educate the public to reduce fear. And finally, we must use green design to make equipment easier to recycle. In short, our job is to bring clinical efficiency, human safety, and green harmony together. Finally, all conclusions are based on official guidelines from 9 top organizations, including the WHO and FDA.